Local, trusted. This is News 3 at 6 on KBTX.
We begin with breaking news just into the newsroom. Bryan police have released new surveillance video taken this morning of a person of interest in 2 sexual assault cases near Northgate. Those assaults happened in early November, and police have asked residents to stay on high alert. News 3's Morgan Rydell has been following this story and joins us in the studio. Morgan.
Amy, it's been more than a month since those sexual assaults, but just in the last 30 minutes, Bryan police have shared new video of a man they believe may be related. Again, this video is from just this morning. This surveillance video was taken from a home between South College Avenue and Welburn Road. A man can be seen on the porch looking around, wearing light-colored gloves and a hooded jacket. Residents living in the area south of Villa Maria Road are encouraged to check any security cameras they have between the hours of 3 and 7 a.m. In the original investigation, police had video of a person of interest checking entrances to homes in the area of the sexual assaults. They're reminding residents to remain vigilant and lock all doors and windows. In studio, Morgan Rydell, News 3.
Thank you, Morgan. It's a busy evening on the road. Aggieland tonight. That's because it's graduation weekend here in Aggieland. Texas A&M is awarding more than 5,400 degrees during fall commencement ceremonies this month. Undergraduate ceremonies here in College Station take place in Reed Arena. Still to come tonight at 7, 3 more schools will be holding their ceremonies. The master's and doctoral hooding ceremonies take place tomorrow.
Yeah, and they awarded 5,400 degrees, but we're only at 45 degrees here in Bryan College Station. We're going to be around the 46, 45 degree mark here throughout the rest of the night. That's for the rest of graduation. You're going to see these cloudy skies throughout the night, and I don't think you're going to see any rain if you're leaving graduation. You can see on our pinpoint radar, most of the rain is off to our eastern portions of the Brazos Valley. If we zoom in right to Bryan College Station, there's nothing on the radar right now. So it's just going to be cloudy out there and a little humid because of all the moisture in the air. Looking to tomorrow, though, there's another graduation ceremony for graduate school. You can see there's not much expected for Saturday. Taking a look, however, all the way down to this next week, we have a strong cold front coming in. It is going to get us very, very cold. I'll give you the specifics in my full forecast.
And speaking of the cold, ERCOT says it is closely monitoring the weather as these cold fronts approach. The company says it expects sufficient generation to meet the power demands as cold air moves into the state. Today, ERCOT reiterated its improvements since the February freeze in 2020. Those improvements include things like weatherizing generators and making sure generators have an additional source of fuel on site. Today, ERCOT issued what's called an operation condition notice to generators to make sure they are meeting the criteria in place for the week of Christmas. And as of today, Bryan Police Department will be performing increased traffic enforcement in 2 specific areas in town. It is part of a 2-week selective traffic enforcement program grant funded by TxDOT. It's called the Impaired Driving Mobilization Program. Its goal is to increase traffic safety and reduce fatality and serious bodily injury. The 2 areas involved include Highway 6 from the Bryan City line to Boonville and Midtown Park area.
I mean, around the holidays, obviously you've got college bowl games, you've got families getting together. Obviously, people drink more around Christmas due to those multiple reasons. So the fact that TxDOT allows us to increase our enforcement of that, it's beneficial to the community.
And BPD says TxDOT has identified these areas as having higher than average crashes that result in death or serious bodily injury. The Burleson County Sheriff's Office took 11 kids shopping today. It was part of its annual program with Shop with a Cop. The kiddos rode with law enforcement from Caldwell Intermediate to Walmart. They were able to shop for gifts thanks to donations that were made by Walmart and Austin Chalk API Group. The Sheriff's Office also helped them wrap their gifts at the Caldwell Fire Station. The Burleson County Sheriff says it helps bring the community together.
They don't just get to see the law enforcement is there as a cop. They see law enforcement is there to, we're here to serve our community. And so it lets them see that.
The sheriff says he hopes the Sheriff's Office can continue the program for years to come. And we're 9 days away from Christmas, and people in our community are spreading holiday cheer. One Bryan resident made it her priority to gift homemade cards to those who cannot go home for the holidays. Hope Merritt has more.
Kimberly Smith says there's something about getting a homemade card during Christmas time.
My mom was in a nursing home last year, and they did the Christmas angel thing, which is great, but she didn't need another blanket or any more lotion. But she would have, even at the end of her life, she would have loved getting cards.
This year, Kimberly is honoring her mom, sending cards to nursing home residents across the Brazos Valley.
Especially in nursing homes, so many people aren't being remembered.
It didn't take long for others to pitch in.
My church group did them, and then somebody that I know who works at Bryan High, she had her English class do them. Kate Prosser, she had her English class do them. So all of her classes, we got a ton from her. So my grandkids, they've been over a few times, and I just put, card stuff on the table for them, and they've made a whole bunch.
Friday, those cards wound up at Lampstand Nursing Home in Bryan.
I'm just thinking of two men, and specifically are coming to my mind, and their smiles on their faces and they just loved the little kids.
Hundreds of homemade cards inspiring hundreds of smiles this holiday.
Well, we giving people some card, old people some card to make them happy Christmas. It's my favorite part of Christmas.
Hope Merritt, News 3.
If you still need to order or ship things on your Christmas list, time is running out. Tomorrow is the last day to do so using UPS's ground delivery. The FedEx deadline has already passed. UPS says that you can get a delivery estimate on its website. 19 Republican-led states, including Texas, have asked an appeals court to delay the termination of Title 42, which is set to expire in 5 days. Each day for the past week, about 2,500 migrants have crossed the Rio Grande near El Paso. If Title 42 ends, El Paso officials expect the number of migrants seeking asylum to double. Authorities are already scrambling to find places to shelter them as the temperatures dip before freezing at night. The Dallas Morning News reports city and county leaders in the border region are preparing to bus some of the migrants to other cities to help with that influx. Cities like Houston and Dallas with major airport hubs. The aim is to help clear space in El Paso. And still ahead, a long-time Brazos County Commissioner celebrates her retirement, what she plans to do next.
You're watching News 3 at 6 on KBTX.
Irma Cawley, the longtime Brazos County Precinct 4 Commissioner, celebrated her retirement today among friends, colleagues, and family. Many of them shared stories of just how Cawley impacted their life. Cawley has built a resume of community service during her time in Brazos County, including with the Boys and Girls Club, the NAACP, and helping local organizations with funding as a commissioner. Cawley was appointed to the commissioner's seat after her husband Kerry died, but she went on to be elected 3 more times. While the Brazos Valley is better today because of Cawley, she says there's still so much to do, and she's excited to watch the next generation.
I have met phenomenal women, and when I have, I've tried to become that. And I want that for all the girls in this community. So I'm just excited that somebody has noticed this little old lady, now 72, started off in the projects of Houston, Texas.
Cawley will continue working in the community after retirement with service projects and joining the board for the Chamber of Commerce. 2 tech industry groups are asking the U.S. Supreme Court to review a Texas social media law. The law restricts social media platforms' ability to moderate content. The petitioners say it denies them editorial control over their own websites and forces them to publish speech they don't wish to disseminate. Legal experts say if the Supreme Court agrees to hear the case, it could become a lightning rod in the wider debate over online speech.
And don't go away, I'll break down the Arctic blast on the way. It's going to be cold for Christmas, and I hate to crush any dreams. I don't think we're going to see any snow. It's going to be dry. We're going to be right back after the break, but here's a look outside our Live Eye network. Well, howdy everybody. We're going to start with something that's not weather related, but still pretty interesting. There was just a 5.3 magnitude earthquake just northwest of Midland. If this is the actual scale, it'll be the fourth largest on Texas records, and it happened at 5:35 p.m. That is equivalent of 20 million kilograms of TNT being exploded. Taking a look back here in the Brazos Valley, however, it's 45 degrees outside, and it's going to be mostly cloudy. It'll be mostly cloudy until Saturday. Pinpoint radar shows most of the showers that were here earlier have moved to the eastern portions of the Brazos Valley. Most are staying dry out there, especially here in Brazos County as graduation's going on. We're staying dry. Currently across the Brazos Valley, you can see that cold front's moving through, that reinforcing cold air that's going to keep us in the mid-50s for a good 5 or 6 days is going to just be sticking around. Our pinpoint forecast for the next 3 days, however, shows 55, 56, 54. We're kind of stable in our temperatures, but I want to point out that we are going to be seeing scattered showers on Saturday and Sunday, 20% on Saturday, 20% on Sunday. But Monday, we have a 60% chance of rain, and we're going to have pretty gusty winds throughout the rest of this evening. And really, we're going to be seeing gusty winds this week because a really strong cold front is moving in. First, looking at an area of low pressure that's moving in Monday night to Tuesday, that's going to give us about that 60% chance of rain that we're watching out. You can see our rain chances again, scattered shower chances Saturday and Sunday. Monday, a 60% chance of rain. It'll be kind of dreary like it was today. Most will see rain across the Brazos Valley. We'll dry out early Tuesday morning, and Wednesday is going to be dry as well. Taking a look at your pinpoint forecast again, you can see those showers are out of the sky, and it's mostly cloudy Saturday morning, and then we see drier air move in, and it's clear on Saturday. We'll see those scattered shower chances return on Sunday as well. Our next weather maker that we're watching, however, is way up in the upper portions of the atmosphere. This lower pressure system right here is going to drag all of this really cold Arctic air from up in Canada near Alaska right down into the central portions of the United States and the Brazos Valley. You can see that cold front sweeps through on Thursday and Friday, bringing us really, really cold temperatures. Like I said, we're going to be in those mid-50s, 55, 56, 54. We warm up a little bit on Wednesday to 57. Behind me, however, we get to 38 degrees on Friday, and our low temperatures are much colder. We're going to be in maybe the teens to the 20s for our cold temperatures when it comes to Friday and Saturday. Taking a look at our 8 to 14 day outlook, we're going to be well below average. It's probably a good idea to start thinking about hard freeze prep, protecting your pets, plants, pipes. Looking at this 10-day forecast, it is going to be cold. The first day of winter is on Wednesday, but you're not going to feel it until this next weekend on Saturday and Sunday, which happen to be Christmas Eve and Christmas.
All right. Coming up in sports, Franklin Lions defended their title in last night's championship game, and we're going to take you to Arlington for a recap of that thrilling game. Plus, tomorrow is College Station's turn at a title. They're using last year's disappointment as fuel entering tomorrow. Sports is next.
KBTX.
Another state championship trophy came home to Franklin last night as the Lions took down Brock 17-14 with a walk-off field goal. News 3 Sports' Morgan Weaver has been following Franklin's perfect season and has more from AT&T Stadium.
This might be the headline, but it's not the full story for the Franklin Lions. Their motto this entire season was to defend the 164 being the amount of miles between AT&T Stadium and back at home in Franklin. In the Class 3A Division I state championship, the Lions did just that.
We've had a target on the back for a while, and we talk about that, once a week, a lot, throughout the year. And these kids, I got a bunch of humble group of kids right now that really believe in us coaches and they believe in each other. You know, it's just special to watch. You don't find 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that can be as humble as these guys are.
The Lions did what they do best in the final minutes, driving 65 yards in 16 plays to set up a Court Lowry 20-yard field goal to give the Lions a 17-14 win over Brock.
You know, it felt amazing, you know, coming off that miss. I didn't really doubt myself, you know, because I know I can do it. But making that last one sure did feel good.
That's Franklin football. You know, that's what we're about. It's controlling the clock. 3 to 4 yards of carry. Couldn't come down to a better situation for us.
The Lions' only offensive touchdown came from Jaden Jackson, coupled with a defensive heads-up play from Fragile Owens to contribute to the repeat.
Couldn't be more proud of my kids of how they faced multiple adversity situations tonight. And they overcame them, and they've been doing that all year long, and that's a straight contribution to these kids that I got on my team right now. They're a special group, and I wouldn't trade them for the world.
Last night's win was a bittersweet send-off for Franklin's senior class, including one of their most decorated players, Bryson Washington.
Once I seen that kick go in, and I just sat and thought to myself, like, I would never be able to step on the field with my brothers again. I would say that I'm grateful for my team, you know, everything we did for each other, the grind we went through, the struggles, you know, the adversity we faced. We had to pull it off, and we did that.
The Lions now have the current longest Texas high school football winning streak at 32 wins. In Arlington, Morgan Weaver, News 3 Sports.
Thank you, Morgan. College Station football is trying to make it 2 Brazos Valley teams that bring home a state title. The Cougars take on Aledo tomorrow in a rematch from their 2017 title game. College Station was also in Arlington a year ago, but they fell short in a heartbreaking overtime loss to Katy Paytow. The Cougars remember that feeling of defeat on the biggest stage, and it's motivated them this season to get back.
Get back, gang. GBG. We're trying to get it back for last year's team. They deserved it, so we're going to go get it.
It's a great thing for us to get back to this state game. And like I said, it's not something that anybody can take for granted because lots of really good teams don't get here for whatever reason.
You just got to just get it back. You know, just make it a good outcome because like last year it wasn't a good outcome. So we just got to finish it now.
College Station is going for its second state title in program history. The Cougars kick off in the morning, 11 a.m. against Aledo. And finally, Texas A&M has a new volleyball coach. Jamie Morrison is the new guy leading the Aggies. He has an Olympic background and was a volunteer assistant at Texas last season. That news dropping just around 5 o'clock.
There you go. A lot of breaking today. And congrats to the Lions. That's amazing.
Yes, it was an exciting game. It was only 7-0 in the second quarter, so we were a little worried like what was going to happen, but it was an exciting game and glad it came down.
I know.
Maybe no one's glad it came down to the last kick, but
yeah,
we
should have gotten video of Daryl last night. That was really fun.
Let's hope that College Station can do that.
Absolutely.
As well. Here's our another look at our 10-day forecast. You can see 60% chance of rain on Monday. It's going to be pretty dreary out there. The first day of winter comes up on Wednesday. You're really not going to feel it until that cold front comes in Thursday and Friday. We're going to be high temperatures trying to peak into the 40s with low temperatures in the low 20s. It's time to start preparing for a hard freeze now.
Yep, there we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will be back tonight at 10. You guys be safe out there.